My name is Kent Hoffine. I'm with Pelican Water. Today is July 27th, 2012. We're in the fire riser room going over the water softeners for the building. Okay. This is for Shields Sporting Goods. These are the water softeners. These take out minerals for the water heaters and the boilers. There are two high flow 3E water softeners. They're brand new. They're a metered unit. Metered meaning it counts the gallons. Instead of going every so many days, they go by number of gallons. So they're very efficient. And they're online. You have one unit in service and it says softening, and you have another one that says standby. Okay, so you have one online obviously and one that's ready to go online when this is exhausted. Okay, they're set for so many gallons. So after those gallons have been exhausted, it will switch over to the other one, and then the one that was online will go into regeneration. Okay, and these work on 110 volts, but they have 24 volt transformers in here. Okay, so these run on 24 volts, which is very efficient other than 110. Okay, and you look up here, you have valves. You have one on the in and one on the out and one on the in on the back side. Okay, on both softeners. Okay, those control the water going in and out. Okay, if there's ever an issue with, say, it's running to drain, or so if you have a leak or something like that, what you want to do is open up that valve, the yellow handle valve right there. That's the bypass. So you open that up. This allows water to go through the building. Okay, you open that up, then you close the in and the out valves, and that will make it so you stop the flow going if a leak or something like that to the water softener, but you have water to the building, and that's the most important thing. And then call us. These have one year unconditional warranty, so call us if we come out immediately. And then from there, after the year we'll go from there. But that will be if there's any problem at all. Okay. And to operate these, really, there's nothing really to do other than you want to keep salt in these tanks. Okay, in this spraying tank.
What kind of salt?
My recommendation: coarse rock salt. I would not use the expensive pellets because it's identical. Some people say it lasts longer, the pellets over the coarse. It doesn't. It's a lot cheaper. Just cheap coarse rock salt. It will do exactly the same as the other one. Okay. So what you want to do is just keep salt in here. Okay, and it's probably about a third full. So never let it get empty. But just keep salt in there, okay? My opinion, what I usually recommend is every week or so, get in a routine, come in here and just peek at it and put some salt in it just to keep it at a good level. Okay?
After 3/4 full?
Yeah, after 3/4, yeah. Yeah, I mean, unless you want to get a whole bunch, fill it up, and then just have some reserve bags right here so you can just grab a bag and chuck it in. But never pull this off. This lid is right there. Always keep that lid on there. You never want to get salt down this tube here, okay? Because what can happen is there's a brine valve in here that stops the water flow. You plug it up, and then when it goes to refill, it'll just keep refilling, and then it will overflow onto the floor. So, okay. So always make sure tell them to keep that on there. But there is no set level of salt, just as long as you have salt in it at all times. So when it goes to regenerate, okay. Like I said again, my opinion, just buy the cheap coarse rock salt. Nothing fancy. Go buy the softener salt, the pellet salt. You're just paying for money, or you're throwing your money out the door. Okay. What else? Oh, also too, if you look at these softeners down below here, it also says which one is online and which one's offline. So this is in service online. Okay, and then this one, it says offline, and it also coordinates with the one that says standby up there. Okay. What else? And really, the maintenance, there's really no maintenance on them. like I said, no any kind of things you have to do all the time. Just that's number one. Salt. They're self-sufficient. Okay. Every once in a while, you need to have the service looked at just to make sure everything looks good. Because after a while, 3, 4, maybe 5 years, maybe so many years, there's pistons that work each softener inside, and there's O-rings on it and seals and things like that. You know, have to go over time with that. So it's got to be looked at, maybe replaced every. It's hard to say, but yeah, every few years need to be looked at. That's about it. Okay. And other than that, that is.
Attic stock is just salt, pretty much.
That's it. Just add salt. Keep salt in it. Yeah. I would set up an SOP or some kind of routine if you do periodic maintenance around here or whatever. Put this on your list every once a week. Just peek your head in there, and then yeah. And then if you got some reserve salt, then you can add it in there. Okay.
And then your warranty.
And the excuse me. It has 1 year unconditional warranty, parts and labor and everything. So if there's an issue with it, if you don't think it's soft, call. We'll come out to take a look at it. Or if it's not functioning right, or if in the kitchen, you'll know being in the kitchen because you'll have spotty dishes and so on, and you'll know. So call, and we will be right out. We'll take a look and see what's going on, but you should be fine. Okay.
They don't need to worry about draining the tanks or anything.
No.
These tanks don't drain.
No. No, how the softener works is there's a resin media in here. It's like a polystyrene that looks like it's like a miniature sponge. There's all kinds of holes in it, thousands of holes in it. And what happens is your hard water goes through this resin, and this is electronically charged. This is negatively charged, and when hard water goes through there, the calcium and the magnesium, that is the hard water that causes all of the problems. That is positively charged. So what happens is when the water goes through here, it sticks to the resin, okay? Well, there's so much resin in here, there's a calculation formula to know how many gallons this is good for, and we got it programmed in this. So after so many gallons, it says, okay, I need to regenerate because I don't want to be exhausted because then you'll have hard water out to service. So what happens is, the first step, it takes the water and it takes this resin and it fluffs it up, sends any larger particles that pulled out of the water, like maybe sand or silica or who knows, to the drain. And then the second step, it draws the salt water out, okay? Puts it over the resin, and salt, which is sodium, is positively charged, and it sticks to the resin. And then what happens is it knocks off the calcium and magnesium that it poured out of the hard water, okay? Sends it to the drain, and then does that for 60 minutes. And then the third step, it takes fresh water, rinses over the resin, knocks off all the sodium back to the drain, okay? So you have nice, fresh, clear resin again with no sodium in it. And then it goes back into standby. And then it just does that back and forth all the time. It's just, I think it's set for approximately, probably right around 8,500 gallons approximately. So after 8,500 gallons, it switches back and forth. Okay? And that's pretty much how they operate. That's, yep. Okay?